Okay, this is just going to be a brief intro into mathematical functions in NetLogo. So to start, everything's just going to be down here in the command center, but you could do any of these things in the code tab and it works the same way. Okay, so to start, just basic things like addition. Um, use standard infix notation where the function goes in between the two numbers. The only thing to know here is that you have to have a space on both sides. So if you did something like this, you'll get an error. And you can tell that by the color change. So if the functions are generally purple and the numbers are sort of orange, so if everything's formatted correctly, that's what you'll see. And you'll see when I get rid of the space, it turns black. So the same thing for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, those all work this way. Raising things to a power are the same idea, and it uses this caret notation, so you have to have a space on either side, and this will give me 3 squared. You can do 3 cubed, etc. You can do fractional powers, and that's how that works. Okay, now if you want lists of numbers, so I'm just going to create some turtles. 10 turtles, I'm going to have them move forward a random number between 0 and 9. So we've got some turtles here. So if I want to get a list of something from those turtles, the way of thinking about this in NetLogo, we think from the perspective of these agents. And so this is, let's say I wanted to get a list of the x coordinates of all these turtles. You would wrap that in these brackets and write of turtles. And so this is called a reporter. And you're basically asking all of the turtles, please report to me your x coordinate, and it will come out in a list. So here's the list of the x coordinates of all of those turtles. And so if you want something like, if you wanted, say, 2 times the x coordinate of the turtles, in some languages you could do that outside like this, like 2 times a vector or something, and it would give you 2 times everything in the vector. But in NetLogo, you're asking the turtles to report you something. So it would be like saying, hey, turtles, give me 2 times your x coordinate. So that's going to go inside of this reporter. You're asking each turtle to give you 2 times their own x coordinate. And these won't line up because when you do of turtles, it gives you a random order each time. So if you do this multiple times, you'll get all the same numbers, but they'll be in different orders. Okay, and then for things like, let's say, summing something. So we have this list. Let's say we want to get the sum of all of that. You just type that in front. And NetLogo is a functional programming language, and many functional programming languages don't require parentheses. So here you can just do sum of this, and it's going to give you the sum without needing any parentheses or anything. But you can do parentheses if that's going to make it clearer, and that will control the order of operations. So you get the same answer. Sometimes parentheses can be clearer, especially if you have other things going on. So like if you're going to divide this whole thing by 2, maybe you would actually want to put the parentheses this way just to make it clear that I'm doing this sum of all this and then dividing by 2. Okay, I hope that's helpful.